Innovations in skincare, the next drinking flavours, and how to grow your tech presence in Asia. That and more on today's episode.
Want to know what's next? For over 2 decades, we've led the world's most influential brands to create the right products at the right time for tomorrow's consumer. This is WGSN's Client Questions Answered.
Hello and welcome to the show where our experts from around the globe unpack your biggest challenges. I'm Carla Bizashi, President and CEO at WGSN. Let's dive straight in. Our first question comes from a client who's asking, what is the most exciting skincare innovation you're seeing? We're heading to the US to hear from our beauty analyst, Horna Mauser. So over to you, Horna.
One of the most innovative skincare products coming to the fore are those with fermented ingredients, or as we like to call it, kombucha for the skin. Ingredients such as kombucha, rice, mushrooms, all of which are rooted in J&K beauty, are now making their way into Western markets. From gut health to improving the skin's microbiome, fermented ingredients that are already found in our food and beverages are really driving this acceptance into the skincare market. To break it down, fermentation releases enzymes that break down molecules and better penetrate into the skin, and contain antioxidant-rich compounds which shield against UV and pollution damage. We're seeing fermented ingredients span from face serums and creams, even into the hair care market. Fermented ingredients also favor a stronger potency and have the ability to lengthen product shelf life, enabling both manufacturers and consumers to create less environmental waste.
Thanks, Horna. It sounds like we're just scratching the surface of the benefits of kombucha. If you'd like to find out more, our Brilliant Ingredients Forecast 2024 talks about fermented ingredients and how they're really driven by our desire for potent long-life products. Our next question today comes from a client asking, how do we innovate new flavours and drinks that will be on trend in 2 years' time? So let's hear what Claire Lancaster, our Senior Strategist on Food and Drink based in the US, has to say.
We track the flavors that are emerging in the most innovative areas, from bartenders and mixologists to wellness influencers, even drinks and snacks. Trend adoption is really all about forward thinking. At WGSN, we look at all of the flavors emerging across the food and drink space and consider what benefits they offer and how these treats and flavors can fit into evolving consumer needs. Then we think about how your product will fit into that context and how it can meet the needs of these consumer interests as they evolve.
Amazing. Thank you, Claire, for that answer. You can get in touch today with any other trend adoption queries you might have, all via WGSN.com. Our final question for today comes from a client asking, what's the most important thing to keep in mind for tech companies looking to grow their presence in Asia? Giving us their take on this topic is Ping Niao, our analyst on consumer tech, who's based in Singapore. Over to you, Ping.
The important thing for tech companies to remember is that Asia is a huge region of varying languages and cultures, making localization an incredibly important factor for success. Forward-looking brands should extend their localization efforts far beyond simply translating for different languages. Understanding linguistic, cultural, and hardware preferences is paramount. For example, personal assistants in the home should understand nuances in language use, and even nuances in certain color schemes for different cultures should be considered. Ultimately, truly understanding what the Asian consumer wants from their tech products and how they use them is the key to a stronger presence in Asia.
Expert advice there from Ping, thank you. That's it for this week. If you have any questions or comments that you'd like answered, please pop them in the comments box for our team. I'm Carla Bizashi, and I'll see you next time.